Hello and welcome to Shanmugam IAS Academy. This is Ashwin. Let us take up today's current events of the day. So the topics for today's discussions are Shramik Kalyan Portal of Indian Railways, China's 5-year plan and India's concerns, WHO has announced Global Breast Cancer Initiative, INS, that is Indian Submarine Courage, the Scorpion class submarine inducted into service. We are going to look into that. ISROJAXA virtual meeting. So these are all the 5 topics that we are going to discuss today. So the first one, Shramik Kalyan Portal of Indian Railways. So Indian Railways has issued a portal to ensure the 100% compliance with the Minimum Wage Act. So the persons who are working in railways, the paid contract workers, are not getting effective beneficiary or the payment. So to compile with the Minimum Wages Act, Indian Railways has issued this portal named Shramik Kalyan Portal. Just know about it. What is Shramik Kalyan Portal? So there may be some questions in prelims. So there are some contractual workers in Indian Railways. So it is a contract based work, so that they are not being paid enough. So we need a compliance to ensure that. That is why Indian government has launched it. Indian Railways has launched it in 2018. How does the portal work? The portal enables all the railway contractors to register themselves and subsequently add work orders issued by the different railway units. The contractors also have to create a profile of each contract workers and update the wages provided to him or her on a regular basis. So it will be a transparent one to know the Minimum Wages Act and to compliance and to have a compliance with that. Railway authorities, before passing the contractors' bills, have to check whether contract workers' wage data have been uploaded by the contractor or not. So it is an important thing. Ensure that wages paid by the contractors inform the minimum wages fixed by the government. So this is a simple thing. Just know about what is Shramik portal and how it works. China's 5-year plan and India's concerns. So likewise, as we have in 5-year plans, and now we are having NITI Aayog, National Institution for Transforming India. Likewise, China also having a 5-year plan. So it is a 40th 5-year plan of China, which will be around 2021 to 2025. So this some provisions or projects given by China leading to the concern of India. So what are these concerns? China is going to construct a dam in the Brahmaputra river. In China, they used to call it as a Yarlung Zangbu river. So here you have to note that Brahmaputra river is known as Yarlung Zangbu river when it flows in this area of China. So it will be located in Tibet, close to the border with Arunachal Pradesh. This is the first project in lower reaches of the river. So the lower reaches through which we are getting, or through which the water entering into India. So when it is a dam has been constructed in the lower reach, the water flow will not be much. Water flow can be reduced. That is why India is concerning about it more. So we have to note down what is the Yarlung Zangbu river and what is Brahmaputra. It is same, but based on the region we used to call it as a different names. The lower reaches refer to the sections of the Brahmaputra river in Tibet before it flows to India. So that is why we are having more concerns. The proposed dam is located near the Great Bend of Brahmaputra river. It may impact the ecological sensitive canyon. Canyon in the sense we all know that it is a sluice-like structure, or it is a division through which the water enters. So we all know that canyon is what? It is located in Arunachal Pradesh. Through this the water enters into the lower reaches. Earlier dams. So China has constructed earlierly more than 4 dams. 4 dams have been approved on the upper and middle reaches of Brahmaputra river. On these dams, India has already expressed concerns also. However, the impact of these dams on downstreams flows is not clear. India is currently studying it, as with an estimated 35% of its basis in India, the Brahmaputra river is not entirely dependent on upstream flows. So India is saying its concerns. Siachen-Tibet railway line near the India border. It is also a concern for India because they are going to construct a railway line regarding transportation. So concerns of India, Nepal is in Nepal they are going to construct it. So it is also can affect the import and export process of India also, because the China's goods can enter into operation. In Nepal, this railway line is called an advanced preparatory work for building a railway line from Tibet to Gairang along the Tibet-Nepal border. This is part of an already agreed plan to build a cross-border railway link connecting China and Nepal. So they are going to connect China and Nepal through this railway line. Near the border, the railway line lies just across Arunachal Pradesh. It will become the second major rail link from China hinterland to Tibet. So this is an important thing. We have concerns based on Indian perspective. So next one, World Health Organization has announced Global Breast Cancer Initiative. So this initiative has been announced by WHO, that is World Health Organization. So through this initiative, they are going to reduce the breast cancer death by 2.5% until 2040. So this is the target fixed. The initiative will particularly focus on reducing deaths in low-income countries. So low-income countries, they are going to focus majorly. We are having concerns regarding countries. We have divided the countries likewise: developing countries, developed countries, and lower income countries. There are the progress to tackle the diseases relatively slow. So the guidance to the governments needed is very higher. Evidence-based technical package will be given through this WHO initiatives, so that we can reduce breast cancer by 2025 up to 2.5%. So next one is an interesting one. It related to science and technology, and it is also related to an armed forces. So INS in the sense Indian submarine. So Indian submarine Karanch, the Scorpion class submarine, inducted into service. So it is newly entering into the service. It is a third Scorpion class conventional diesel electric submarine. So submarine in the sense ships, submarine ships. That is why we call it as INS. It is being used for Indian purpose. That is why it is Indian submarine. So INS Karanch is a part of project 750I. 755I. 75I. It is the third submarine of the first batch of 6 Scorpion class submarine under the project for Indian Navy. It has been designed by French Naval Defense and Energy Group. It has been manufactured by Mazagon Dock Limited, an Indian shipyard in Mumbai. So it is an Indian owned and Indian manned, Indian manufactured, and the design is given up by the French. The earlier version was INS Karanch. It was origin of Russia. So it is a Russian origin submarine. It was commissioned in 1969 at Riga in erstwhile USSR, United States of Soviet Russia. It served the nation for 34 years up to 2003. Key features of INS Karanch. Why we are having the INS Karanch is because it is having best sensors in the world. Please note down it. And it is also having a centralized propulsion. You can work with it, and every operation can be done by using one single button. That is why it is centralized propulsion. So machinery control also we are having. The centralized machinery control. The powerful diesel engines can quickly charge batteries for a stealthy mission profile. Yes, it is also fitted with a permanent magnetic synchronous motor. It makes it one of the quickest submarines in the world. So we are using the magnetic power here. So it works in a very quick manner. What are Scorpion class submarines? Scorpion class submarines are one of the most advanced conventional submarines in the world. That is why we used to call it as Scorpion class submarines. Please make a note on it. Why we are calling it as Scorpion class submarines. So what are the features of these Scorpion class submarines? They have superior stealth features. They are very strengthened, advanced silencing techniques, low radiated noise levels, and the ability to attack with precision guided weapons on board. So through fixing the target in the boards, we can attack the enemy very precise manner. They can also launch crippling attacks on surface. So it can affect the surface enemy even though it is submerged in water. And it is also can do the effective targets in the underwater also. The purpose of this INS Karanch is to surveillance, for the area surveillance, intelligence gathering, anti-submarine warfare, anti-surface warfare, and mine laying operations. So these all are the important purpose for which INS Karansk has been used. The speed of this mission is 20 knots. So in water, underwater, we used to say the scale knots, 20 knots approximately the speed is. It have the ability to remain underwater for 21 days. So we have already discussed that it is having the ability to stay underwater with high stealth amount of charge or battery. That is why it can be submerged for 21 days continuously. It has a diving depth of more than 350 meter underwater. So it can up to go 350 meter. ISROJAXA virtual meeting. Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO. Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. These are the two different agencies from two different countries. One is from India, that is ISRO, and another one is from Japan, that is JAXA. What are the key takeaways from ISRO-JAXA virtual meeting? India and Japan agreed to explore opportunities for cooperation in space. That is why India and Japan are giving hands to do operations related to space. They have signed an implementing agreement for collaborative activities on rice crop area and area quality monitoring using the satellite data. See, the satellite, we have discussed earlier what is PSLV and GSLV, through which we can launch different kind of satellites, like geosynchronous, in which PSLV polar satellite launch vehicle. So these are the two different launch vehicles, so in which we can launch the satellites like with signal communications and for monitoring the areas, that is GPS for example. So here it is, we are using the satellite data to monitor the air quality and rice crop area. So these are the things which is going to be done by the combination of India and Japan. Further, the two agencies also reviewed ongoing cooperation to launch a joint lunar polar exploration mission, that is LUPEX. So you should study what is Chandrayaan II. It is a failed mission, but we have gathered some information through this Chandrayaan II. The operation has been taken in the south pole of the moon. So it has been done by the ISRO President Mr. Sivan. So please make a note on it. So LUPEX is a robotic lunar mission by the Indian Space Organization and Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. The mission aims to send a lunar rover and lander. So we are having a rover and lander. So rover, in which we will be having lander. In the lander will be, the lander is a machine which will be landing on the surface area. So in which the rover will be, from which the rover will be released, and it will be moving around the surface it will be collecting the materials needed. So this operation is going to be done by ISRO and JAXA on the south pole region of the moon in 2024. So that is why they are giving hands together. The mission will demonstrate new surface exploration technologies related to vehicular transport. It will also test lunar night survival capabilities for sustainable lunar exploration in the south pole region of the moon. Contribution: JAXA is likely to provide H3 launch vehicle and the rover. So this rover and launch vehicle we have discussed about, I have told earlier, PSLV and GSLV are the launch vehicles. Apart from that, this H3 launch vehicle is going to be given by JAXA to ISRO, and the rover also will be given by the JAXA to India, while ISRO would be responsible for the lander for this mission. So Vikrant, we are having Vikrant lander, lander Vikram in the earlier Chandrayaan II. So now also they will be naming a new one. So let's see what happens in 2024. But you have to make a note on it because it can be asked in the prelims. So what is JAXA and what is... So you have to note down here important one. That is, apart from JAXA and ISRO, we are having American based exploration agency also, NASA that is. And we are having Elon Musk's SpaceX also. That is a private one. So these are all the space agencies. Please just know about what is space agencies and what all they are doing in regarding to space explorations. So India's space cooperation with other countries. India has been joined hands with other countries also for observation of space. India and Italy have decided to explore opportunities in Earth observation, space science, and robotic and human exploration. So it is between India and Italy. India and Australia are also in discussions. Australia may host vital tracking infrastructure to support Gaganyaan manned space flight mission. Gaganyaan, please make a note on it, because Gaganyaan is a space related one. This Gaganyaan mission going to have man. So this is the first time India is going to have this kind of project in which they will be sending man through this Gaganyaan mission to the space. So instead of lander and rover, men will be there and they will be identifying the space surfaces. With this, we wind up this session. Thank you for watching. Let us meet you on tomorrow's session. Thank you.